looking ahead, you might see a lot of kids riding their bikes to school tomorrow as part of National Bike and Roll to School Day.
Yeah, to tell us more about it is Northern News Now's Hannah Morgan. She joins us live in studio this morning. Good morning, Hannah.
Good morning, guys. So this is a nationwide event that's aimed to help students in many ways, including physical activity and learning pedestrian safety. And if we take a look, students in grades K through 8, back in 1969, 48% of them walked or rode a bicycle to school. But this has changed in recent times. In 2017, it dipped to 11%, according to government data. And programs like Walk Bike to School is trying to increase that number. And I talked to Andy Heil, the Safe Routes Coordinator for Duluth Schools, and she told me that Congdon Park Elementary School has been participating in this event for a decade now. She said that when they started, they maybe saw 80 students participate, and now it's risen to around 120. Heil also said this helps to encourage more students decide to turn this into an activity they do outside of the national celebration.
And then they do see an increase of students biking and walking to school, and especially when you create a bigger awareness with their families, and then parents realize, oh, my kid is interested in this, how can I support them and encourage that?
And for those driving tomorrow morning, it's important to be aware that students are going to be on the road.
We do have some awesome school resource officers that will be parked at some elementary corners just to help mitigate and control some traffic and bring attention to, you know what, Superior Street's a really busy street, but we have a lot of schools that are right off of it.
And in the fall, local schools participate in Walk to School Day, which is celebrated across the country and the world.